All right, guys, what's going on? My name is Kublai. I'm a Western European living in the Russian Far East in the city of Vladivostok. And today I'm going to explain why. I'm going to talk about why I made the choice to live in Vladivostok here in the Russian Far East. Okay? So now I've got 10 reasons why I chose Vladivostok. So based on this information, you may decide or not, depending on who you are. It all comes down to who you are, your personality, and what you are looking for. If Vladivostok is maybe a good alternative for you or not. If it makes sense to move to Vladivostok. Okay. So first reason why I like Vladivostok and I made a choice to live here. So first thing, yeah, guys, I've lived in several places in Russia. I've lived in Moscow. I've lived in Siberia, and I finally made the decision to choose Vladivostok based on the first main reasons why the main reason why I'm here. The main reason why I'm here is the sea. You know, Vladivostok is surrounded by the sea, surrounded by the Pacific Ocean. It's pretty close to Japan, about 1,000 kilometers from Japan. So yeah, I like the sea. It's just the energy I like. Being close to the sea, living close to the sea makes me more happy. It gives me some positive energy. So that's the first reason I am here. Okay, of course, and that's the second reason why I'm here in Vladivostok. It's the climate. You know, the climate here, being a city close to the sea, is milder here than in other places in Russia. Here, especially in the winter, it doesn't get that cold here. It's milder here. You know, it's bearable at least. We get up to minus 15, sometimes 20 degrees Celsius, but it's not that not that often. You know, on average, we get minus 10 degrees here in December, January, and February, and at the end of February, it gets already warmer. So it may sound cold to you, but for Russia, it's quite mild. It's quite warm. Okay. When it comes to the sun, you have to know in Russia there is a lack of sun and there is a lack of light in many Russian cities. When it comes to Vladivostok, you have to know Vladivostok is a very sunny place, one of the most sunniest cities in Russia. So we get plenty of sun here. You won't have that gray, depressive weather here all year round. So that's what another thing I really like about this place, about Vladivostok and its region. So yeah, third reason why I like Vladivostok are the people. You know, Russian Far East people tend to be, I don't know, more laid back, more easygoing. You know, in some ways, Russian people tend to have a reputation to be quite rude, to be kind cold people. They never smile and so on. That's what Westerners usually say about the Russians when they see Russians, for example, in Bali, in Thailand, or somewhere in Europe, or no matter where. In the Russian Far East, people are more open-minded, more easygoing, easier to deal with. They smile more often, so that's another reason why I like the Russian Far East, and especially Vladivostok. The mentality, the way the people are here. Okay. Next reason why I like Vladivostok. So yeah, you have to know, guys, if you don't already know, because I am a JDM enthusiast and a car enthusiast. Vladivostok is in the middle of Northeast Asia. Okay, so we are surrounded by Asian countries, China, Japan, North Korea, and South Korea a little bit further. Hong Kong isn't that far. Taiwan isn't that far. Thailand isn't really that far as well. So yeah, we are basically in Asia. Russia is a mainly, not only it's a Eurasian country, but it's a mainly European country, especially Vladivostok. It's kind of, yeah, most people are white here. Not everybody is white, but most people are white here. They are European, but Caucasian. I mean, but we are still in part of Northeast Asia. So if you want to travel to, for example, to Japan, you know, if you want to go to Japan for a few days, you can, because it will take you only 1.5 hours or 2 hours, between 1.5 hours and 2 hours, to get from Vladivostok to Tokyo, for example. It will take you 1.5 hours to go from Vladivostok to Seoul, for example. It will take you 2 hours to go from Vladivostok to Beijing, for example. So Asian countries, northeastern Asian countries are pretty close to Vladivostok, so it makes it easy to travel if you like to spend time in these countries, which I want to. I like to. I want like. Well, I'm planning to spend more time in Japan. The situation, you know what I'm talking about. The situation is it's a little bit more complicated than usual, but I do have the confidence it will disappear after, I hope so, at least in 6 months, 1 year. I hope so. Really, I hope so. Another reason why I like Vladivostok, the region of Vladivostok are the outdoors. The outdoors are nice here. No, so the beaches are nice. You have got plenty of beaches here. Very nice beaches between the border of North Korea and Vladivostok. You've got beaches there, which aren't worse than Thailand or Indonesian beaches. Of course, in the summertime, in the wintertime, it gets cold there. But in the summertime, weather is as clear as in Thailand or in Indonesia. And if I send you a picture of the beaches close to Vladivostok, especially in the southern part of the Vladivostok region, they could be mistaken with Thailand or Indonesian pictures. Okay, I mean pictures taken in Indonesia or in Thailand. Okay, that's another reason. The surroundings, the outdoors here. In the winter time, you can ski. I went skiing about 2 days, 3 days ago. So when we've got snow here, so you have to know. Vladivostok itself doesn't get much snow. It's not snowy here, but if you go in the countryside, you will get snow. There is plenty of snow there, and if you like skiing or like hiking in the snow, you will have snow there. If you like driving on snowy roads, you will have it there. Don't worry. There is still some snow here, but you have to go outside of the city. In the city it doesn't get white. Okay. But yeah, we've got it all here. We've got mountains, not the highest mountains in the world, of course, not the Himalaya, of course, but we've got mountains if you want them. We've got the beach if you want them. We've got it all here. Okay, so living in Vladivostok is not only about living in a city. If you want a genuine big city, just go to Moscow, to St. Petersburg. Vladivostok is a smaller city. We've got 100,000 people living here. So it's not a small city, but it is smaller. It's okay. It's enough for me, and you can still enjoy the quality of life provided by the outdoors here. Okay, that's a really thing I really like about Vladivostok. Another thing I like about Vladivostok is the city isn't too big. No, it's okay. It's a good alternative. You've got all the infrastructure you will expect from a big city. If you want to go out, if you want to go to the clubs, to the restaurants, no matter what you want to do, you will find it all here. Okay, you want to go to a mall, you have got malls, everything. But still, you're not in a too big city. The traffic jam is bad, but isn't too bad compared to other Russian cities. Believe me, I've lived in Moscow. There, the traffic jam is just insane. Yeah, it's okay. You've got some traffic jam in the rush hours, but that's all. Okay, other from that, it's okay here. So yeah, the city isn't too big. Another reason why I like Vladivostok and I live here basically is fresh air all year round. You have to know, if you live in a Siberian city or even in some parts of Western Russia, when it gets colder, people tend to burn everything which is what you could imagine, to warm up their homes. So if they warm up their homes, if they heat up their homes with wood, it is okay. But when they use, for example, all kind dirty crap you can find around just to make their homes warmer, it gets stinky first. and the quality of the air gets very, very bad. It's smoke, basically. Smog, yeah, smog, as they say. Smog, for example. It's a little bit like Beijing or Shanghai, in the winter. It's, smoke, and kind of dirty smog, which it's very difficult to breathe, and I really didn't like that. And that's the main. You have to know, the smog is the thing uh, the thing I didn't really didn't like about the last city I was living. I was living in Ulan-Ude, which is in eastern Siberia. And the thing I hated the most about my life there was the smog. It was just impossible to breathe fresh air there in the winter. I mean, in the city, of course. In the countryside, it's okay, but in the city it was too dirty. And here, Vladivostok, being a city close to the sea, it gets windy here quite often. There is wind almost every time, not always a strong wind, but there is some wind here, which makes the quality of air much better here. So it is breathable. It's even good fresh air we've got here. At least where it depends where you live in Vladivostok, of course. But in the suburb I'm living in Vladivostok, the quality of air is just perfect. Very fresh air, nothing to complain about. So that's another thing I really like about Vladivostok. Okay, another thing I like about Vladivostok next. Vladivostok has a great car culture. Being close to Japan, we've got plenty of JDM cars here. A lot of cars the Japanese don't want to deal with anymore. At least they used to think that way. Now they're more likely to buy our cars here in the Russian Far East, because we got some very rare cars here in Far East Russia. In the Russian Far East, sorry, the Far East Russia, Russian Far East. Oh, it doesn't matter. You get the point. And we've got Supras here, Skylines, Lancia Evolution, which I own. We've got Celica GT4s. We've got all the rally legends and all the drift legends and the Gran Turismo legends. We've got them all here. We've got Honda S2000s. I recently drove one. We've got them all, all the JDM's legends you know or used to play with in Gran Turismo. We've got them here. Okay, so there is a great car culture here. There are plenty of cars, nice cars driving around here. If you drive around with your own car, you will see plenty of cars you like: Subarus, Toyotas, Hondas, you name it. All the JDM legend, the Type Rs, the SDIs, name it. They are here. We've got them here. We've got a very good car culture and a rich car culture here, and that is a very nice thing about Vladivostok. I love it, and I suppose I love it too, because turbos and talks is not only about talks; it's about turbos. It means cars. So if you like cars, Vladivostok is the place to be in Russia. With Sakhalin as well. Sakhalin is an island, a little bit more northern located, but Vladivostok is already a very good alternative. Another thing I like about Vladivostok is the cost of living. Of course, we are foreigners, we are Westerners. I mean, if you follow my channel, most likely English is your native language, or you are a Dutch guy, a Scandinavian guy, or a German guy, or you at least master the English. You understand English quite well. So we are Westerners, and in our countries, the cost of living is quite high. Especially now, it gets sometimes insane. For example, in the Netherlands or in France or in Germany, the cost of living is too high now. Here in Russia, it's okay. So yeah, Vladivostok, of course, being a Russian city, we get the Russians' cost of living. On average, Russia is cheaper than, for example, places such as London, Amsterdam, Paris, or Berlin, for example, or somewhere in Scandinavia. Of course, in Scandinavia, you guys have got a very high cost of living. So yeah, you have to know Vladivostok is a little bit more expensive for Russians. They say here the Russians tend to consider Vladivostok Vladivostok. Sorry again. Vladivostok is usually considered to be a expensive city for Russians by Russian standards. But for us foreigners, you won't really feel the difference. It's still, it's not cheap, but it is okay. Cost of living is okay here. It's cheaper than in the West, that's for sure. Okay, you don't need to be a millionaire here to have a good quality of life. You don't need to make huge amounts of money. You still need some money enough to make money. You have to make good money, but you don't need to make multiple six figures. Or you don't need to be a millionaire to have a good life here. To drive nice cars, to afford good accommodation, to eat, to go out eat every time if you want to travel and so on. Okay, the cost of living is of course I think the lower cost of living is of course I think you can only like. And of course, when it comes to taxes, the taxes are lower here than in the West. So Russia isn't a so-called tax heaven, but it's still better than in the West. For example, coming from the Netherlands, Germany, France, Scandinavia, or even the US, you will like it here when it comes to tax. If you're an entrepreneur here, you will pay less taxes here, that's for sure. Okay. And then last but not least, it's a safe place to be. It's a safe place to live in. Russia on average is a safer place than the West now, because we have plenty of nonsense going on in the West now, and it's only getting worse. Russia is okay. It's a pretty safe place on average, and yeah, Vladivostok is a safe place as well. You can go out here at night alone. Doesn't matter at what time, doesn't matter where you go, it's safe. Vladivostok is safe. You won't have any trouble here. If you're looking for trouble, and if you want to find trouble, you find trouble, of course. But if you just mind your business and you're respectful to the local people, it's 100% safe. You won't have problems here in Russia, and even in Vladivostok, and even in Russia. Russia on average is a safe place. Okay. So if you like this video, if this video was useful, check the links below in the description. You'll find 3 links to my Telegram channel, to my Gap page, and to my website, which is not really a website yet, but it's a web page, on which I explain you why you probably should go for a consultant service. For example, if you want to move to Russia, or if you want to move to Russia, or if you want to be location independent, just write me an email, and let's find out together what we can do. Because I've been location independent for 10 years now, since 2012. So 10 years now already. 10 years. So I know that stuff. What I'm talking about. I've been location independent first as an employee, then as a freelancer, and since 2016 as a web entrepreneur. And I've been doing pretty well. So if you want to go remote and be able to move, no matter where you want to move in the world, or in Russia, or if you want to move to, for example, to Vladivostok, I do have solutions. I may give you some good advice, and provide you with solutions to make you a location independent freelancer, employee, or a entrepreneur. Better be an entrepreneur, of course. It's much better to be an entrepreneur, but I guess not everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur. It's quite difficult at times to be an entrepreneur, but still, if you want to be free, if you want the maximum of freedom, if you want to get rid of your boss, get rid of your employees, be an online entrepreneur, you absolutely love it. Okay, being an internet entrepreneur means freedom. Okay, so I can help you with this. If you want to be an entrepreneur, just get in touch with me, and I will get back to you with an offer. All right. And yeah, smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Check the links below. Join my Telegram channel, and talk to you soon, guys. Bye for now.